Wouldn't it be nice to decode life and motherhood in general? Welcome to the podcast, Motherhood Decoded, presented by the Louisville Mom Collective, where we will look at all things motherhood and try to decode a little bit of all this for you on your journey. Obstacles by Jerusha Capel. Do you ever feel like your house is haunted? Oh no, not by ghosts, but you're unconscious. What I mean is, we are so caught up in an action or thought that we are not giving our full attention to the environment around us. Earlier this year, in 2020, there were a couple of obstacles that I had to overcome in the place where I should be the most comfortable. I had my first accident in my house the week after the shutdown due to COVID-19 in March, but I was going down the basement stairs like I do every day to do laundry. Then I slipped. I reached back to catch myself and immediately recoiled, thinking, I will make this worse. So I slid down 2, maybe 3 stairs. I skinned up an ankle, ended up with a few bruises, and overextended my left shoulder. I just sat and cried for a minute because I was overwhelmed at that moment. My 4-year-old came to try and help to say, hey, mommy hurt her arm. No one else came, so I ended up calling my husband. Luckily, my phone was in my pocket. I was not crying because I was in pain, although it did hurt. I was crying because I had reached my limit of holding it together. I was crying because I could not use my arm for the rest of the day. I did not need this. I did not have time for this. I was mad at myself for not being more careful. My second accident happened in October. I was trying to catch my youngest, who did not want to get on his morning virtual meeting. He was running circles around the couch, and I tried to ninja warrior over one to cut him off. Just imagine when Buzz Lightyear jumps, thinking he can fly out the window and falls to the bottom of the stairs instead. My jump felt like I was in slow motion, imagining making it over the couch. However, the couch was a hurdle that I could not jump over and jam my toe. Over a month later, and my toe still hurts at times. These were just a few obstacles I had to overcome during this lockdown. I do not feel my experiences are anywhere near those of others. There are people who are struggling to pay rent, buy food, or battling depression. We are all struggling in some way or another, whether clearly visible or strategically hidden. There are many obstacles that we have had to overcome, whether physical or mental. Let's be kind to one another, and let us use this time to come together for each other. When the pandemic first started last year, previous contributor Melissa wrote 5 ways to manage anxiety in this uncertain time. I want to help my fellow moms who may be suffering from anxiety too. Coronavirus has completely rocked our world, and honestly, that's a severe understatement. Everything from schools, daycares being closed, jobs laying off, closing, and the uncertain future. It's scary. We have no idea when our life is going to return to normal. Also, this whole social distancing thing is not fun and can become very isolating. I know I am not alone when I say anxiety sucks. I have been feeling so full of anxiety lately, like I'm going to spill over. I'm kind of like Rex from Toy Story. I cannot stand all this uncertainty. What are some ways we can handle our anxiety when it's out of control? Well, here are some things that have helped me. Coloring. This sounds so ridiculous and silly, but recently I took up coloring. Sometimes I'll sit with my daughter and color along with her in her coloring books. Other times, I'll print out an adult coloring page and slowly color it. I never rush and I breathe. It is so calming, and it really helps me to focus on something else other than my racing thoughts. They have coloring books at the dollar store too. Number 2, listening to music. My earpods go in when I'm doing chores around the house or while driving in my car. What kind of music, you ask? Well, it depends on my mood. I listen to anything from Christian contemporary to some Justin Timberlake. I love me a good 90s Spotify playlist. Listen to what helps you stay calm, whatever makes you happy, and whatever gets you out of the funk. Number 3, reading. I wish I had more time to do so, but I do enjoy a good book. I recently took up audiobooks and I'm loving them. I also enjoy reading my Bible app or a devotional. Number 4, taking my dog for a walk. I have a little dachshund named Jack Jack. We sometimes go out as a family and walk him in the evenings, and other times I walk alone. It's so relaxing and really helps the stress melt away. Number 5, unplugging. Oh man, I wish I learned this sooner. Knowing me personally and wonder why I'm not answering a phone call or text message, I either turned it off or left it in another room on purpose. I turn off social media and focus on myself and my family. Seeing all the news stories, the constant coverage can be overwhelming and too much. We will play a board game as a family, watch a movie, or sometimes just snuggle. Snuggles are the best. What are some of the ways you cope with all of the world's craziness nowadays and your anxiety? Let us know. We're all in this together. Thanks for joining us and tune in for our next episode.